it's Valentine's Day and Black History Month. Hello everyone, welcome to Aollywood, the only multimedia entertainment platform that embraces talent. And I'm your host, Verona Laguerre.
Welcome to Aollywood, and once again, I'm Pratt Senatus, and today we're here to talk about Valentine's Day, the Toi Et Moi Edition. And we have two incredible guests with us today, the Lindleys.
Welcome Surrender, welcome Marie.
Thank you for having us.
A pleasure.
So, tell us about yourself.
As you guys already mentioned, my name is Marie Carmelle Lindley. I am an actress, a model, a dancer, an entrepreneur, and I work in the higher education field. And next to me is my husband. I'll let him tell you who he is.
My name is Surrender Lindley. I am a photographer and a full-time college instructor on the side.
On the side.
Yeah, exactly.
Side dish or something.
Yeah, that's the side gig. You know. But that's as far as my career opportunities are going so far. I plan to dab a little bit extra into acting, and I've done modeling in the past, but right now it's mainly focusing on the family, making sure that finances are coming in through teaching college and do a little bit of photography and just make sure everything is well set out.
Well, we greatly honored to have both of you. Welcome once again. And what was your first impression about your partner?
Well, I went to school in Alabama. She went to school in Kentucky. So when I first met her, my wife's sister went to college.
Was that 1-800 connect me or something?
No,
Was it a hotline?
It was actually a connection through her sister. Her sister ran track with me. And her sister said, she looks just like me. They usually call us twins. So when I first met her, and as a matter of fact, I took a Greyhound from Alabama all the way up to Kentucky to see her. And when
dedication.
Right.
Lots of dedication.
So when I saw her, the first thing I was thinking was, she don't look like a twin. Like, out of everything, that's the only thing I was focused on. Like, she doesn't look like a twin. She was still beautiful, and of course, everybody can see that she's beautiful. And yes, I did think she was beautiful also, but first...
Warren, you got to brush that shoulder.
Yeah. Very first impression was, she doesn't look like a twin. Yeah.
And my first expression, oh, he looks so young. He didn't have no facial hair, skinny and full. He just muscled up because he used to run track in college back then. But then, right after the Greyhound, our first date was right there at a KFC buffet.
And I was so excited because I've never seen a KFC buffet. Oh my God.
And he was eating as if he knew me for years. Like, I'm like, oh my God, this brother can eat.
So that lets you know that as far as first impressions go, it's not a thing that we're trying to impress the other person. It's pretty much just being ourselves.
Like me for me. Don't like me for because I'm crazy, I'm looking good, I look good, or I give you flowers. It was never that, because it was...
So it wasn't love at first?
No, it was not.
No.
I fell in love for who he is, where he came from, and who he becomes. And it was just when I was getting to know him, and I was like, wow, this brother really will appreciate life, because I know he's in school for a reason. He's in school to better his life, and I was in school myself, I was the first child to start a college in the family.
Beautiful. So,
and I knew that one day we were not going to be at the position that we were, poor college students. But we made it through.
And with a lot of debt from Salome, huh?
Oh, yeah, he's in Salome, and I'm not. Salome don't play. So, he finished, got his master's all through mathematics, math and bachelor's in math, master's in math, and 4 grand all the way through.
Wow.
That's the
You
man.
got this.
And education is the way.
Yes, it is. So
I guess that's what makes the connection so natural. You wasn't forcing yourself to be somebody else. You was being yourself. So to me, I think that's the way to go with love. So tell us more.
I know. Well, what are you guys willing to compromise? What were you guys have to compromise to be with each other?
Well, of course, we do live in Florida. I'm from Georgia. She's from Haiti. And she moved
Great mixture.
to Florida. And me, the way that I am, I'm a person that's like, I will move wherever I get a job, wherever the money is, that's where I will go. Not her. She was more on the lines of, I'm moving back to Miami. That's where I want to go. That's where I'm going to create my legacy. And I was like, if I get a job down there, then yeah. So when I proposed to her, she took that time and she baited that trap so awesome that when she said yes, it was almost like I owed her a yes.
So I quickly asked, you moving to Florida with me?
And that's where the compromise came in. So because I was recording also, I
So
said,
then he can't go back to his promise.
right, I said yes.
And you keep your yes.
I'm a man of my word. I kept my word. I'm here in Florida. I'm happy. I'm happy to be where we are. I love our status. I love that compromise that we did.
Beautiful, beautiful. How does it feel when others are attractive to your partner? Is that a compliment? Do you get jealous or are you flattered?
It is a compliment, and sometimes I actually step back to see what she will do. So it's like, okay, let me see how my baby gonna act to this. Let me see. So it feels good to know that she's rejecting these other people for me, especially when you got someone that's tall, dark, and handsome and all this stuff, and I'm sitting here mediocre, tall, light skinned, and okay looking, and for her to say no, I'm married, showing her ring, just saying all those things that you would want your significant other to say, it feels awesome to see that. So for someone to look at her and be flattered by her, it flatters me to see that she can reject them for me. Makes me feel awesome.
Amazing.
That's amazing, and especially in relationship, it's all about confidence and trust. Faithful play a big part, and I'm glad that both of you, especially you, and it feels good to hear it from a man.
I know.
Yeah, because usually, especially in the field that we in, as an actress, it's very challenging for husband to allow their wife to be super active, and you have that sort of understanding.
Well, hold on, let me guess. You actor?
Yes,
also. Actress,
mm-hmm.
right? And
a model, dancers. Yeah.
Okay, and you in the industry also.
He takes pictures with exotic model.
I was the first model.
Yes,
Practicing as a photographer.
That's even better.
I don't know to say if that's any good because I married the first model that I got with, so now we're talking about when I meet other models. But the fact you could probably say, the first model got me, and I'm stuck with her, and I don't want any other model that's out there.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
So how's compromising come and play in your relationship, given that you an actress and you have to do certain scene, or are those scenes or challenge, and do you have to take down certain roles because the scene maybe he's not gonna be happy to revealing, or how easy compromise?
We compromised in a lot of sense, but then I remember he was taking some pictures of us at this last event that we attended. I believe it was sixth year anniversary, and one of the artists wanted to take pictures with me, so he held me by my waist and everything, and he was like, he whispered in my ears, "You taking?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Wait a minute." I said, "He's taking the pictures." He's like, "Just a minute." I said, "He's right there." He didn't believe me. He didn't believe. He said, "Yeah, right." So he got me close to him, and then I posed. I'm smiling. He's like, "Man, you wouldn't be so comfortable with me." I was like, "Because you trust me, and I trust him. He knows what I would and wouldn't do." So he still didn't trust me until I had to give him some of what I was drinking and kiss him. The compromise with the acting, he's like my #1 fan. He holds down the house when I'm on set all day, every day. We have 3 little monsters, 3 boys under 6 years old. It can take a lot when you're with them to bathe, feed, clean after them, keep them busy, do homework. And when I'm not here, he does all that. And never complain, never call me, what you doing, why you not answering your phone? He knows that when you on set, it takes some time. He's the only thing he asks of me is when you get there, text me, call me, let me know you made it safe, because he knows that I'm taking a long road from Homestead to West Palm to Fort Lauderdale. He just want to make sure that I'm safe. I'm on my way, honey, and then just so he knows that I'm on the road. If he has to do a quick prayer here and there, he does. So
beautiful, beautiful. I just wanted to spice it up a little bit. I want to talk about the intimacy part. Do you feel sex is important in a relationship, and how often should it happen?
Well, first off, as we've said before, we have 3 beautiful children.
So a lot of overtime being pulled
Yeah, to create them, it was some overtime. But now that they are here, what intimacy are you talking about? Intimacy consists of
late night.
Are they downstairs? Yeah. You put on a movie? Yeah. How long is it? We got about 30 minutes. we get in, get out. We try to kiss each other sometime in between. Okay, but as far as intimacy, it is important for us to have intimacy in the relationship because, of course, it brings down a lot of urges that people may have, especially
aggressiveness.
Being in this industry. Photography, acting, of course, when you're acting, you have to kiss someone. Even though it's acting, you still feel them lips and you be like, dang, lips were soft. Oh my God. And things start going places, so you know, to have that intimacy there, it can bring those urges back down. Even in photography, you see those beautiful models and clothes on or skin tight or whatever the case may be. It could be intimidating. So intimacy is very important, and we try as much as we can. And like she said, late at night, when the boys sleep, hey, don't be too loud.
We have the energy because we've been worn out.
Exhausted
after a long period of days.
Yeah, it's been some tiring nights.
That's great understanding. And
but do you feel that let's say you watch a movie and then your wife displays on it and everything, do you feel that give you the urge to show her more love, or how you really react?
Does that challenge you?
Does that challenge you?
I play into it. I play into it a lot. If I see her on the screen and she's playing lovey-dovey with someone, I may act out that role. So where they grab her and be like, come here, and pull them against her, I'll play around with it in the kitchen or something, like, come here, baby, and just act it out. Have fun with it, because if you don't have fun,
pretend. You can't take those things serious.
Right, so you just try to play it out and keep it from being what it's not. It's acting. You have to remember that it's acting, and when you start to get uncomfortable with it, then it starts to be a burden. And we already understand the industry, so we know it's not real. We know what love is.
Yes. You know what I love the most about both of you? You have great understanding, and both of you already in the business. As me, as a female actress, host, I know how difficult it could be for couples to make it out there. Do you have any advice that you want to give married couple or people that have a girlfriend or boyfriend that's trying to make it out there? A positive one.
Be open and be understanding. Have limitations, of course, but of course be in agreement with those limitations. Of course, compromising is a big thing, just like we talked about before. Yes. So both sides have to be able to compromise on certain things. Where you may feel uncomfortable with something, it has to be explained in a way for you to be a little bit at ease with it, so you can understand that these things are not real, and you have, again, the limitations to as far as you will go, and you want to make children.
As a teacher and photographer, do you have any kids you're mentoring or that's trying to get into the industry and you're helping? And if so, how do you go about doing that? Or if anybody would want to contact you for any pointers or anything?
I'm always open to any students asking me for advice in the industry. I actually have a few students now that's trying to get into modeling. I have a student that's trying to get into acting, and whenever anything comes up, those be the first that I go to. Like, hey, there's this job. Where are you? Are you in town? I got something that's opened up. If you're available, a few models, I came to them, and it's not even a thing to where they come to me asking for these jobs or advice. Is one thing you got to have an eye for. So you have to know who looks like they want to be in the industry and who looks like they can actually be in that industry, and you approach them. If they say yes, okay, I have some things lined up. If they say no, well, all right, we leave it at that. And if you ever get interested in it, then let me know. And when there's things available, I will come to them and I'll let them know.
Beautiful, beautiful. And also, Marie, I was doing some research. I seen that you have this organization that you're part of, Arts IL. Can you tell us a little bit about it, please?
Arts IL is, I'm the founder of Arts IL. It's a non-profit organization after school program for middle school students and here in Homestead. Based on my research, they have after school program for only elementaries due to the fact that at that age they cannot be home by themselves. But at the same time, the middle school students, they come home, they have plenty of time to get, the teenagers get pregnant, get into violence and things like that. So Arts IL here in Homestead is here to help those middle school students to find love in arts. Mm-hmm. So what we'll be providing, we'll provide dance, theater, music, and arts and craft, painting, and we're currently now looking for sponsors to help us get up the ground. Mm-hmm. We are 501c3, and we have a charity event coming up March 11th, which we're also looking for sponsors to help us put this charity event into place. It's we call it a night of arts gala event. So if you would like to get some information based on how to sponsor Arts IL program or the gala event, you can contact me. I guess you guys can provide. I can provide my phone.
Of course.
The phone number to contact Arts IL nonprofit organization was also a 501c3 tax exempt. You can contact me at 305-720-8862. 305-720-8862. And also the email is artsil6-inc@gmail.com.
Any social media, if somebody want to follow you?
Oh yes, we only right now have Facebook, which is Arts IL Incorporated. So that's all we have right now, and also the website is currently under construction. And so we just need maybe a web designer want to come and say how continue working on your website. You're welcome to do so, because we're also looking for web designers. Just everything that we need, that a school will need to keep these kids off the street, please contact us.
Beautiful.
Okay, so what was your guys' ideal date?
For Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
We always do something special. One of my favorite gift that he gives me is a massage table, my own massage table, and we use it.
So that's because of him. He get all the massage.
No, he gave me the massage, and one thing that I always tells him, he better never give no one a massage. He can do anything else. It don't matter what it is. Do not massage another female.
He's creative.
Magical.
Magical.
She said she'll cut my hands off if I ever give another woman a massage.
Because he put me to sleep until he woke me up after.
Intimacy.
Yeah.
One thing is, even on Valentine's Day, we love to have our children involved, to let them know that this is a time that we spend loving each other. Of course, Valentine's Day shouldn't just be one day, it should be all year long, and you should always love your family, your spouse, your significant other, and we include them.
So
But
that
of
they
course,
can learn.
we at some point try to get rid of them so we can have mommy daddy time.
Special moments.
And give me gifts.
We can
They
have
give me
that
gifts.
So we do try to get some time by ourselves and to be able to relax. We don't even have to go out. We can be hanging out,
Oh yeah, watching TV.
watching TV.
I eat some blue crabs.
She eats some blue crab. I just have whatever food is in front of me, and we just enjoy that time sitting together, just spending time with each other. That's
What advice that you would have for other couples out there that normally would fight, and you might see the man goes to jail because it gets so bad, the neighbors had to call the cops and everything. What can you tell them and how to handle the situation?
This is a good one.
Well, one of the things that Verona said is being humble with yourself. That's one of the biggest things that you can do. You have to be able to calm yourself down before you act on any urges that you have. So being humble is like, if it was between communication and being humble, they would go hand in hand, like first and second by this much. That's how important both are.
And just to add up, since we're dealing with relationship and we part of this world and we know there's a lot of issue, I just wanted to touch base about violence, domestic violence, and sometimes people think it's when that person slap you or hit on you, they hurt you, you know.
Physically.
It could be verbally, physically, emotionally. All those are very important, and if you have a partner, you want to make sure that you're not destroying that person, rather you uplifting them.
Yeah.
So what advice can you give it doesn't have to be a married couple, anybody that's going through the stage of domestic violence? What advice can you give? Get out of the situation, make it work, or seek for...
I will say seek for help first, because sometimes by going through a counseling, they might be able to change their ways. But then if you're trying to, it's always good to give chances to see if there's going to be some improvement. But if there's no improvement, I would say to step aside.
Okay. Yeah, that's very good advice, and I'm taking it. You guys are, and seeing you guys are very happy and compassionate about each other, and this is what we want. This is what the world needs right
Yes.
now. Is love.
Yes.
Because I think we fail to embrace each other in the world, and you guys really find a way to communication.
Another thing is find ways to know who your partners are. We dated for 6.5 years before he proposed to me. And then we've been married for June 20th will be our 8th year anniversary, 7 or 8 years.
And you know, that's a
years.
long time, to be honest with you. I know people, I'm not gonna mention any names, but I know people that says that, you know, for me, the longest that I can date a guy, it's 6 months to 1 year. And they end up, you know, getting married so quick, and at the end there's a divorce, because, you know, with time, you get to know that person so well, and
Become the person's friend.
and to be honest with you, I know that marriages, it's a challenge, and there's something that you're gonna wake up one day and you feel like, you know what, I don't need this right now, I'm over this. But once you make that commitment, you know, it's more than a commitment. It's something that you have to dedicate your life to, and you have to make it work the best you can. So my other question will be, if you have to choose between your partner, would you choose your partner again?
Of course not.
Somebody's singing in the dugout today, right?
I'm joking.
Let me watch their hand.
I'm joking. This is my love. This is the love of my life. If I had to do everything over again, I wouldn't change anything for the world. Not even just saying when I met her, even further in the past, because everything led up to the moment that I did meet her.
That's amazing.
Everything in my life, I wouldn't change anything because that may have altered my future to where I would have never met her. And I wouldn't want that, so.
Well, you have everything, the best partner ever. Thank you so much for coming and open up to the world to give us great advice and positive messages. We love it. We gladly honored to have both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you for being here. I really thank you. And you have pretty great messages and stuff like that. I wish the audience will actually really look up to you guys as a role model.
Yes.
When you have a partner, you're not just have somebody there and everything.
Just because.
Just because. It's your partner, it's your life. You're married to somebody that, and you always have to remember, how did you guys fall in love? When did you guys fall in love? You always got to go back. The purpose of love.
The purpose of marriage.
Yes, and to not waste your time, and if you have problem in the relationship, is to find a way to take care of it without hurting each other even more. And that's what you guys find, that roots where you uplift each other and taking care of those issues, and which is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, we had such an amazing time with the lovely couple, the Lindleys. And as we all know, it's Valentine's Day. It's the moment of love, of joy, of peace, forgiveness, happiness. It's not just today. It's every single day that we should, apply those lovely moments. And I had a great time with Pratt Senatus.
I learned a lot today,
And I'm inspired by these two beautiful couple that come on board and share those details and positive messages. Just for future show that we have coming up, all we need is support. We need you to go to our YouTube page. It's Aollywood, and subscribe for more videos, for more shows. And also you can go to Uollywood.com. It's www.uollywood.com. You can see our next shows.